Hi everyone!
So we haven't been on YouTube for probably about a week and a bit now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've been busy doing work. What have you been busy doing?
Not doing work.
I've been for some nice walks, had a little bit more of a breakdown about career and future. Then we realised we needed a creative project to distract us from the world around us. So we hit Facebook Marketplace, and unfortunately we haven't found anything yet, but hopefully that'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So then we went to the next best thing from Facebook Marketplace, which is Adam's drawers of crap.
I've got a lot of random stuff that I've collected over the years.
Yeah, so after venturing through your drawers of crap, we found some LED fake neon, for want of a better phrase.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you've had that for a while, and we've been thinking about making something with it. So we finally got round to it, and we decided to make a neon sign for ourselves. While I was doing some work and being productive, you know, as it is.
I was being productive in a different sense.
Adam was on Photoshop making like a template for what the neon sign would look like.
First I made each of the letters on Photoshop, which I then converted to a file format that you can use for 3D printing. I used SolidWorks to model the templates, so I made a little groove in the middle, like a little canal kind of thing to put the little neon strip thing in, and then I split it up into sections, and then I put it onto the 3D printer and let it print out the shape. So yeah.
The old trusty 3D printer.
The trusty 3D printer.
Doesn't sound as healthy as it used to.
It certainly doesn't, no, but it still works. So yeah, after it was printed, we took it apart and then I handed it over to you.
Yeah, so then I put all of the parts of the M together, like a little jigsaw, which was harder than it looks. It looks really easy, but it was definitely harder than it looks.
You struggled a lot.
I actually think I messed it up as well.
Yeah, I think you did, but it's fine, I can't tell.
So yeah, I put it together, and then I just filed the edges, just because where the print is a bit rough, just to make sure it was completely flat, so it would stick against the other side that was completely flat as well. Mm-hmm. So after I'd done that, I super glued them all together, trying not to super glue my hands, which I think I've done quite successfully actually.
Yeah, I got more super glue on me, I think.
I've got a little bit of super glue on my nails, because I kept like putting my nails down, so I was like, if it goes on my nail, it's not the end of the world. So, after that, I got the drill, which is the best bit, I have to say, and I drilled little holes into the ends, so this is where the wires are gonna come out later.
Yeah, that's right.
Then I like roughly put the neon like in the canal just to see how long the individual strips of neon will be. So from the M, there's 3 different strips of neon. So I measured them out and then cut it. And this like fake neon thing, it has like little black marks at every point where you can cut it. So yeah, I just cut it at like the nearest black mark. To be fair, on 2 of them, it fit like perfectly to the black mark.
Yeah, it did. That,
it was
that
only the middle
lot.
one.
Yeah.
After we'd cut the neon to size, we then soldered, was it?
Yeah. You learn how to solder?
I learned how to solder.
Tell us how you solder then.
Megan's Guide to Soldering. First, you set everything up before you plug it in, because your solder's really cheap and it doesn't have an on-off button.
Yeah.
You set everything up, and then we had like the little helping hand, I think it's called, where you could like clip it in if you just don't have enough hands, which was the case. So I clipped it in so I could like easily reach it, and then I plugged the soldering iron in, and it heats up really quickly. And then I used the soldering iron and put the solder against it, and used the soldering iron to melt the solder onto the ends of the wires first. And then at the end of the fake LED, you can like peel back. It's almost like a rubber, and you can peel it back, and then you can see the contacts and the individual, like it's just basically a strip of LEDs like mounted on the side. So then I soldered onto those contacts, and then I soldered it together. So after putting solder on both of the contacts and the 2 wires, and then I just soldered them together. I tried to do it at like an angle, just so the wires would then fit well with the shape of the M, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So after that, we thread the wires through the hole that we'd already drilled. After we thread it through, we kind of like pivoted it, and then super glued like in small sections, and then like put the flex into the sections, if that makes sense, and slowly made the whole of like the first curve of the M, and then we did the same for the second curve. However, because the second curve hits the first curve at like the joint in the middle of the M, you had to do almost like cut the corner off it, didn't you? Just so it sits a bit
just to make it a bit
flatter.
more flush. Just because of the shape of where the M, like the two bits come together, you kind of want to get it as close to as possible, otherwise it just looks like two sections that are next to each other. So just kind of cut an angle off it so they'd sit a bit closer.
Yeah, and then super glued that, so put super glue in the middle, super glued that, and then super glued the whole thing round. I did that for the 3 different parts, the exact same process. And then after that, we checked that the wires that we'd soldered would work, so we basically just made it contact the battery and just check that it would work and check which one was positive and negative. Then we did a bit of cable management around the back, didn't we? And decided where we wanted them all to kind of meet. So if you look at the back of it, we did it as neatly as we could, really, didn't we?
Yeah.
Kind of all going in one direction. And then we just soldered the first ones to the second ones.
Yeah.
And then used those little crumple things.
Yeah, so we connected, after we worked out which one was positive and negative for each of the 3 different strips, we then connected all of the positive, all of the negative together.
Yeah.
And then after that, we put those little crimp connectors over the top, which you really struggled to.
They're so hard. I hope you've got footage of my muscles like going at that.
I might do, yeah. But yeah, you needed a little bit of help with that, just crushing, because you literally put the like exposed wires into the little crimp connector and you crush them all together. And then that means that you can just put like a single wire coming out the opposite side, which is, I mean, we've just done that temporarily. When we actually put it up somewhere, we'll put some different wires that are a bit more, a bit smaller, a bit thinner, so it looks a bit cleaner.
Yeah, so it's functional for now, but because should we get it?
Yeah, sure. Ta-da!
So this is the semi-final product. As you can see, it's a bit flimsy, but obviously that won't matter because we'll put it on a board or something, won't we? Or back it. Yeah, so currently it just goes into the battery, so it's like, I don't know if you can see there, it's like really dodgily connected. But it's fine for now. We will put a wire, like a longer kind of wire, and then put it into like a normal plug so we can like have it up eventually. But this is the semi-finished product. Took us about 2 days, probably like a day.
I think a day. It was a bit of a learning process.
Yeah, I think if we did it again, we could do it quicker. Obviously, we had to wait for the prints took a while.
Yeah.
I think each of because there's like 3 here, 4 here, 5 here. There's 5 prints for the M, and I think they all took about 40 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah, probably took a couple of hours in total.
Yeah, just to print it. So, yeah, this is the final product.
What was the most difficult thing, and what have you learned throughout this process?
I think the most difficult thing was working alongside you, really.
Right.
No, I think the most difficult thing was probably just like crimping the wires together. I just feel like I just didn't have enough strength.
Yeah, I don't have the best tools for that, so we kind of made do with what we had.
Yeah. I've definitely learned how to solder. I'm ready to like take everything apart in the house and resolder everything.
Soldering's pretty easy, isn't it? Like once you learn it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't learn it at school. Like I can't believe I've never done it before. But yeah, no, that was quite fun. I feel like it'd be really satisfying to do because obviously those were only like little bits. But I feel like if you were doing like on a proper circuit board and you were doing loads of like little bits, I feel like it'd be really satisfying to just sit there in your own little world.
Definitely.
It's like a little bit of therapy. It was really fun to make. I think we'll make some more.
Good little DIY project, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good little project. It's just something to do, isn't it, really?
If anybody out there wants us to give them some more details about how to make one of these, or even if you want us to make you one, then let us know. We had a lot of fun making it.
Yeah, it was really good fun. I think if we did it again as well, we'd be able to do it kind of like a little bit neater.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
it is practice.
Yeah.
Just learning how to do it, because there's not really any videos online that go in depth as to how to actually do it. So it was kind of just learning from trying to get a rough idea of how from existing videos people do it. So it's pretty easy. It's not too hard.
How much would you say it like cost completely?
So to get a 5 meter strip of those LEDs is about £12-13, something like that, from eBay. That's not the thickest you can get. You can get it thicker, so it looks more like neon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was about 13 quid, something like that. And then the 3D print, obviously you need a 3D printer, but I'm sure you could probably work out other ways of just making the outline of a shape. You just need something hard, really, to back the
Do you not think you could
to
do
back
it with,
the
like,
LED
quite thick
strips.
card?
Probably, yeah. Anything really that you can cut out in a shape that'll hold its shape like the plastic is done. You could do that. The hardest part is probably just the soldering, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I didn't think that was particularly hard.
And that wasn't too hard once you learn how. I mean, a soldering kit online costs you maybe 20 quid, something like that, and that can come with solder and stuff. So you can just watch some YouTube videos to learn how to do that. It's not difficult.
No.
So yeah, I think once we get some proper like power connectors, so we can connect it to the wall, all in all maybe 30 quid, something like that, with all the materials, plus obviously the time that it takes to do it, but it's a good learning experience.
Yeah, we quite enjoyed doing it, so I think it looks good as well. Obviously it's cheaper than just buying one.
Oh yeah.
And you can get what you want as well.
Yeah, if you want to buy like an LED neon sign online, it can be over £100. So
which is mad, isn't it? But they must be so quick at making them as well.
Oh yeah, like they've got all the proper tools and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's way easier for them to make one. But it's a good DIY project if you're willing to put the time in.
So, thank you for watching this video, and if you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up and follow along for more videos like this, more random videos, more creative videos. We've got loads in the line. And between now and then, watch our solid chocolate Easter egg video, because it's nearly Easter, and I don't know about you lot, but we'll be eating a lot of chocolate over the next few days.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!